Periodic functions are those functions which repeats after a certain value. That is, I can say that if f of x plus p is equal to f of x, then it is a periodic function. Now the least positive value where fx plus p is fx is called period of the function. So let's take one example again. My sine theta, a trigonometric function, is a periodic function with period 2 pi. As a matter of fact, if you see, sine of 2 pi plus theta is equal to sine 4 pi plus theta, and so on and so forth. All these are equal to sine theta. Now in this case, what we'll do is, we'll take the least of those numbers, that is 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, and so on and so forth. Least of all positive values which satisfy this condition. And therefore, period is equal to 2 pi. So that's the period of sine function, which is a periodic function. Likewise, cosine is also a periodic function with period 2 pi. Tan theta is a periodic function with period pi. Now there is one important property of the periodicity or the period, which is something like this, that if you have a function fx which is having a period p, let's say the function is having a period p. Now question is, what will be the period of f of ax? What will be the period of f of ax? That is, if I multiply the argument by a, what will be the period of f of ax? Answer is, period of f of ax will be p divided by a. P divided by a. So that's a very, very important property, because sometimes when they ask you to find the period of, say, sine 3x or sine 4x, suppose the question is, find the period of fx is equal to sine 4x, and let's say another function gx, find out the period of sine of half x. Now we know that the main function sine x is having a period 2 pi, and therefore period of this function will be 2 pi divided by 4. Therefore, the period of this function will be 2 pi divided by 4. That will give you pi by 2. At the same time, period of this gx will be 2 pi divided by half, which will give you 4 pi. So, period of sine 4x is pi by 2, whereas period of sine x by 2 is 4 pi. These things are important because whenever they ask you to draw the graph of a function, whether argument is something multiplied by a number or divided by a number, you have to keep the track of that periodicity. Otherwise, the entire graph will look totally different from the actual graph.